Hi, it's Tom Campbell from Cultaholic.com, being joined by Adam Pacitti. We've mirrored the YouTube video, just for fun, really.
I've gone to jobber status. This is a disaster. What's happened?
Bank Holiday Monday here in the UK, but the news does not stop, even on a Bank Holiday Monday.
No, it does not, and we got some big news.
Big news, let's get straight to it. First, Vince McMahon and WWE management are unhappy with tweets about All Elite Wrestling. WWE Superstars set to appear at an indie show, raising money for a former WWE superstar. And we have an update on Shawn Spears All Elite Wrestling contract status. So we start with AEW's Double or Nothing, the wrestling show the entire planet is talking about, including those in WWE. And WWE management are reportedly furious that superstars on their roster have been so actively tweeting about Double or Nothing over the weekend. Dave Meltzer's commented on it and said that there's not much they can do about it, but you have to believe the McMahon family are ungodly furious at all people who are tweeting about Double or Nothing. Just to give you a couple of examples of names, Adam. Big E tweeted out, "I hope everyone enjoys Redacted today. I genuinely wish all the best for those involved in Redacted."
Big What Culture fan.
He's a massive What Culture fan.
I am.
Sasha Banks was pretty much live tweeting the whole thing.
Yeah, she did a fair few as it was happening, yeah.
Dash Wilder put up a picture of Bret Hart wearing a Dash and Wilder t-shirt, which I thought was pretty cool, but it was exactly the same time that he was unveiling the belt, so shenanigans there. And Peyton Royce has been tweeting very actively about her partner Shawn Spears, aka Ty Dillinger, because you may or may not know they're a thing. Two perfect tens have found each other.
One perfect 10. Ty Dillinger. He's a lucky man, isn't he? Carry on.
Oh, wow. What do you make of this, Adam Pacitti? Tweeting.
Well, I think they're a lovely couple, and I...
No, the tweeting.
The tweeting. You know what? I think if this had happened during the Attitude Era, right? If WWF guys were tweeting about WCW, oh, look at Kevin Nash, isn't he so big? I love the NWO. It would have been like, yeah, you know what? It comes after Stephanie McMahon reportedly had this meeting where she referred to them as competition. You don't promote your competition. So I can actually understand why they would be upset, especially like Sasha Banks. We don't know her contract status. She's obviously frustrated. Dash Wilder has wanted out of his contract alongside Scott Dawson for a while now. I can understand why those two are doing it. They've not really got that much to lose. If Sasha Banks goes, she's going to be huge in AEW.
Yeah.
Big E featured prominently on TV. He seems to be a real company man. It's a weird one because they are celebrating the wider wrestling scene, but at the same time they have an employer. I don't know. I understand why they might be upset by this.
We will have more on this as we get it. Presumably, you'll know how it's gone when you see WWE wrestlers stop tweeting about AEW, which I'm pretty sure is about to happen. So there is one independent company that WWE is actively supporting, and it's
Progress.
There is two WWE. There's quite a few independent companies that the WWE is supporting, but one most recently is the catchily titled WXW-C4, based in Pennsylvania, which is, Samu Anawai is a massive part of this, former WWE performer as part of the Head Shrinkers, suffering with stage 4 liver cancer, and a charity event is taking place on May the 29th, raising money for his treatment. And WWE is sending out Samoa Joe, Cassius Ohno, Billy Kidman, and Michael Hayes to be a part of this show.
You missed a name there. They just listed him as Bennett. The NXT referee, Bennett.
Can we... Oh, that... What? Okay.
He'll be there.
The poster's behind. There's the poster, right? What a lovely roster of people that we've got here. And then, why is WWE wrestler Bennett... I want his first name to be Gordon so badly. But why has he got higher picking than the
Tommy Dreamer is down there.
Gene Snitsky, Tommy Dreamer, Terry
Reynolds, Manu. Remember Manu from Legacy? He's down. Manu is down there. Yeah, that's a weird one. But congratulations to Bennett, top of the bill, main event. So we don't know if they're wrestling.
No, we just know they're going to be there. I'm hoping that Michael Hayes turns up and just dances.
I hope he doesn't turn up. You know what? They could have like a classic NXT match there, couldn't they? They've got Joe and Cassius. That could be. I almost said that could be match of the night, but down here you've got Snitsky.
The bar is pretty low on this one. And let's not forget the wildcard Bennett. So this is happening May 29th in Allentown, Pennsylvania. There'll be also a meet and greet as well as the wrestling. There'll be a Chinese auction, which is like a mix between a raffle and an auction.
Not a silent auction.
No, it's kind of it's a bit of column A, a bit of column B. But the main bit, Adam, that I know I'm excited about: free parking.
Well, you can't say fairer than that. We'll be there, that's for sure.
If the parking's free, I am there in a heartbeat. Our final story is on AEW's Double or Nothing, in particular an entrance into the Casino Battle Royale. And no, not my boy Jungle Boy, sadly.
He had a good showing. I didn't realise what a specimen that guy was. He popped up later in the night. They got plans for him.
Yeah.
He's going to be a solid member of the mid-card, so don't worry, Tom.
He had all my faith and 30 quid riding on him, but never mind.
He's not Hangman Page.
You are on the Jungle Boy bus, though, and that's the important thing. Now, we're talking about the former Ty Dillinger, Shawn Spears, who entered this incredible match. Didn't win it all, but he's been discussing his contract status after receiving his release from WWE back in February. He's freed up from his 90-day no-complete, hence he was there. However, Shawn Spears has revealed in that media scrum they did afterwards, and they were chatting away, he's not officially signed with AEW yet, which is quite a surprise. I thought he'd be one of the guys sort of on top of the docket to bring in.
Well, I was confused following the Battle Royal because his elimination was a weird one. It just sort of happened. It wasn't a big deal. It didn't feel like a big deal. I guess this sort of explains it. Maybe it was just a one and done. I'd like to see him full time there. I'm not the biggest fan or anything, but I think he was underutilized in WWE. But who isn't? I'd like to see him there. I definitely would.
He did note that he's very close friends with an executive vice president, obviously talking about Cody Rhodes, but clarified his status by saying there's nothing in writing. I'll be straight up, flat out honest with you. He was very much a last-minute addition, as he says, so who knows where it'll be. He's 38 years old right now, and I still think...
I know he was with WWE for ages, like over a decade, right? Including developmental, he's down in FCW and all that. I didn't know he's that old.
As exciting as AEW is, though, Ty Dillinger, Shawn Spears being on the indie scene, this is sort of like his first real showcase since leaving WWE. So maybe it's probably good that he's not signed straight away, because maybe he might want to explore other possibilities.
Yeah.
I mean, the UK scene, there's quite a few wrestlers being attracted from America to the UK scene. Shawn Spears doing Progress. Shawn Spears doing independent shows in the UK. I think he'd be all right with that.
Yeah, I'd very much like to see it. I think he's got a lot to prove as far as in-ring work goes, actually, because I don't think he ever really did that. He had a great gimmick and everything, and people were behind him, but I would argue that maybe people were more behind 10 than they were Shawn Spears.
So also amongst that media scrum, we had Cody discussing the future of wrestling on pay-per-view, in particular how it pertains to All Elite Wrestling, and he has given us the following takeaways. No monthly pay-per-views, and then they've announced 4 consecutive months of pay-per-views.
They're not on TV yet. They've got to stay relevant.
True.
That's okay for now.
All right, let that slide. They also recognise that $50 is too expensive for a wrestling pay-per-view.
60 in Canada.
And
15 squid-a-rooney here in the UK. That's more like it.
That's like half a round down south. And also, this is the best part of all. They recognise that a wrestling pay-per-view should not go 5 or 6 hours. Thank you! Someone said it!
I'm all for that. I think WWE have this logic where they think we're getting increased value by giving us more and more and more. But it hurts the entire card. You saw it at WrestleMania especially, like dodgy finish aside, the crowd weren't especially hot. I felt really bad for Charlotte, Ronda, Becky, because they were absolutely dead after 25 or whatever hours of wrestling. It's just they're exhausted.
You can tell, and I think, and the thing is, with WrestleMania just gone, that was the best example of pacing a long show. That's the best they've ever done.
Yes.
Because they paced it so well, but the crowd is still tired. So maybe just don't do 7 hours.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I'd rather it went to 2 days. I don't want to see 2 days of 7 hours. 2 days of 4 hours would be really nice. If they feel like they've got to get all of those matches on, then do it. Or just cut Roman Drew from that one.
But I think being on a pay-per-view, being on a wrestling pay-per-view should be a great achievement for a wrestler. It should be something you aspire to do. And if you're trying to get everybody on the roster, on the show every time, it doesn't feel special. So, which is why I'd be happy to go back to an older model, as we've cheaply plugged before. I do the Cultaholic Classic Raw Review podcast Wednesday nights. If you subscribe to Cultaholic, it is there. It's the one that isn't Matthew talking. And we love the fact that Raw is about 40 odd minutes long. And if we do a pay-per-view, it's 2.5. Like, there's nothing wrong with going back to that idea that wrestling shows should be shorter.
I agree. I think, an hour might be too short, especially given the stacked roster that they have. But 2 hours to me feels about right. And Cody has confirmed that the weekly show with All Elite Wrestling will be 2 hours. That's a step in the right direction. SmackDown generally feels pretty concise, pretty fun to watch. That extra hour on Raw, it's a slog.
The glory of wrestling in 2019, where you can actually offer fans less and they will love you more for it.
Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. You can follow us on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.